What's going on? This is Fanatics. I'm here back with another haircut tutorial, and this morning my client hit me up to see if I was able to do a Mohawk haircut style. So let's get to it. So starting off this haircut, I'll be going off with a number 2 guard, lever all the way open to remove this bulk. And once removing the bulk, I like to follow it up with clipper over comb. As you can see here, just to remove or smooth out the excess bulk that is at the very top of his head or on the side of his head. And then I'll go in with the clipper, no guard, all the way closed, meaning the lever is all the way open, to set in my indicator line. The indicator line will be the line of where determining where your fade is going to start. Then I'll use the trimmers to clear up the section or all the hairs underneath that line. And then I will be following it up with the foil shavers to get it as clean as possible and down to the skin. Using the foil shavers, to me, makes the haircut look so much cleaner. And then on to the next step. I did forget to hit record when creating my steps for the guidelines, so I did go in with the lever all the way open, no guard, creating my first guideline, then following it up with the number 1 guard, and then going in with the 1.5 guard lever all the way open, creating my guideline, my next guideline, blending that into the number 2 guard that you see at the beginning of this video. And then I'll be going in with the 1/2 guard or the 0.5 guard with the lever in the middle, softening up that middle line. Then I will close it completely to remove the rest of that line. Now if that line does not come out or remove, I'll go in with the clipper, no guard, middle lever in the middle to completely remove that line, as you can see right here. And then I will tilt it or tilt the clipper to its side to hit any dark spots that you see in this haircut. It allows me to go a little bit higher into those dark spots opposed to laying it flat. If you do lay it flat, you're going to create patches or bald spots. So you have to be very careful when you are attacking those dark spots using your clippers. And now I'll be using the shear over comb technique to soften up the rest of that bulk line, blending that in to the length up top. And now my client wanted a V shape, or he wanted a point, so I'll start in the middle of his neck, working my way all the way up to the back of his ear. So I like to use the back of his ear as a measurement to measure the other side or the right side of his head. So that line, as you can see, will pretty much stop if you continue that line right in the middle of his ear. That will be my measurement for the other side. And then I'll clean up this section with the trimmers, and then again follow that up with the foil shavers to get it as smooth and clean to the skin. And now I'll be doing my lineup, working the vertical bar. So doing the lineup, I like to take my time and I like to tap over and over just to make sure that lineup is as crispy and sharp as possible. If there's any hangovers, you can comb them out and you can line those up as well. And you don't have to press when doing the lineup. You don't want to irritate the skin. My liners are sharpened and 0 gap. And here for the C cups, I like to start at the very top and I like to slowly work my way down, slightly using the very corners of that blade, as I always say in my other videos. And again, I forgot to record the start of the blend on the beard, so I went in with the lever all the way open, no guard, following it up with the 1 guard, lever still open. And now I'll be using the 1.5 to create my next guideline. And here I have the 1/2 guard or the 0.5, removing or softening up that middle line. The same steps I repeated for the fade up top is the same steps on the beard. Then I'll close it completely to remove the rest of that middle line. Once I'm finished here, I'll go up with the lever in the middle with no guard, soften up that very top line, and then I will close the lever completely to completely remove the rest of that line. I seen a line, so I went in with my trimmers to make sure that line was completely removed. Here I'll be repeating the same steps on the right side. I'll be going in with a number 2 guard, removing the bulk. The lever will be all the way open, meaning the lever is all the way down. And in here I'll be doing clipper over comb, just to remove the rest of that excess bulk. Then I'll go in and put in the indicator line, indicating where my fade is going to start. Going in with my trimmers, removing all the excess hair underneath that line. And then I'll be following it up with the foil shavers, getting it down to the skin as smooth as possible. This allows the haircut to pop even more, the fade, and it looks a lot cleaner, opposed to leaving stubs, depending on what the client asks for. Now I did record the lever all the way open, no guard, sitting in my first guideline. Then I'll be following it up with the number 1 guard, lever still all the way open, creating my next guideline. And then I'll go in with the 1.5 lever all the way open, creating my last guideline, also blending in to the number 2 guard that you've seen at the beginning of this side of the video. Now I'll be going in with the 1/2 guard lever in the middle, attacking or removing that middle line, softening it up. Then I'll close it to completely remove that line, and if that middle line does not come out, I'll be going in with the clipper with the lever in the middle, completely removing the rest of the line, and I'll be closing it to completely remove the rest of that bottom line. Now here I'll be doing the same steps as I did on the other side. Start from the middle, and I'll be trying my best to match the right side and the left side as close as possible. So once I completed the haircut, I'll be leaning my client back for the razor portion of the haircut. So when using the razor, you want to make sure that you're stretching the skin before applying the razor. If you apply the razor without stretching the skin, chances are you will nick and cut your client. So the stretching allows to tighten up the skin while you're applying the razor the opposite direction, which allows the blade to glide into that lineup. As you can see right here in the vertical bar. You don't have to do this quickly. You can take your time. If you're highly skilled with the razor, I see a lot of barbers just fly through it. But if you're a little nervous, you can take your time. You see I'm stretching the skin. I did apply a little bit of that pencil as well to mimic the ash line to make the haircut itself pop a little bit more. So you're just taking your time. Want to bring all that into that line to sharpen, make that line up crispy. And you can see that haircut is just popping. Now I'll be going on with the duster just to kind of dust off and clean up all the excess hair on his face. You don't want your client to get out of his chair leaving hairy hair all over his face. Now I apply the seafoam spray, and then I dried it up with the blower, and I'm applying the styling powder, the level 3 styling powder, just to kind of give it some texture and to style his hair. Here, just kind of getting that texture to pop, and this will be their haircut. I appreciate it. This is Fanatics. I appreciate y'all who made it to the end of this video, and God bless y'all.